Hello everyone, it's Quenches here today, and I just want to talk about the reviews for Dragon Age Veilguard. So let's first start off with the positives. A lot of people say that it's a really great game. There's fun storylines, fun quests, fun combat and all that stuff, and it sounds really pleasing for those certain people. Like, they really enjoyed it. They even go that far to say it's the best Dragon Age game they've ever played or ever been made by BioWare. Reviews are very subjective to that person. But unfortunately, a lot of people I follow are saying the exact opposite. It's an immense disappointment filled with modern day audience stuff and wokeness. And so I'm going to sort of lean towards that stuff because the people who are saying it, I really trust. I tend to follow their opinion and my views do seem to align with theirs. So first of all, let's start with the modern day stuff within the Dragon Age game, and it's unfortunately putting the transgender stuff front and center. It's focusing on that for some reason. So we have a character called Tash, and she is transgender. It discusses that a lot through the game in her quests and stuff like that, and it doesn't seem, I don't know why they're focusing on that, because it's a Dragon Age game. It's set in medieval times. You don't know whether you're coming or going. It's only been 10 years since the last terrible thing, and I'm not gonna lie, these kind of issues don't really show up in a civilization until, I suppose, it's sort of reached a stable state where everything's going okay, stuff like that. It's either at the pinnacle before the collapse, or it's at the when it's sort of stable and there hasn't been much going on. And it doesn't happen in the space of 10 years since the last big thing that happened. It's 50 years of good, stable stuff, but like hundreds of years, and it hasn't been stable in the Dragon Age for a while. There's always terrible things happening, so people don't have time to question those stuff. Yeah, it seems to be not very good at all in the Dragon Age. I don't know why it's in the Dragon Age stuff. I don't know why you put in modern language such as non-binary, but still, I feel like if they wanted to introduce their own sort of transgender stuff, and why not make it unique to the Dragon Age instead of putting your modern day stuff into this game. But no, they've decided to go with the exact same terms that we use in our real world. So it's just like, yeah, great. That's fantastic. They've made it, they've stopped the escapism, they've stopped the immersion and stuff like that, which is ultimately immensely disappointing, and why why I won't be getting this game. I have had it gifted to me, so I'll give it a go, but I'll give it a full review. I'm gonna do like a Luke Stevens 6-hour dissection on why this game is crap. That's the major issue in this game, that it's putting modern sort of world, our world, into the game instead of just being its own Dragon Age and kind of thing, and going with that kind of stuff and not making its own thing, being intelligent about it in any kind of way. And it's immensely disappointing to see that. And then we move on to the, we got the graphics that are just looking cartoony as hell. They look stupid and Disney-fied. Yes, Disney stuff, it does look good and looks, but it's, that Disney aspect is not what you want in a Dragon Age game. You want a Dragon Age gritty, dark stuff kind of thing. But, what we got here is a weird kind of thing. It looks like there's no blood splatter now. Like, your characters don't get covered in blood or anything. It's very PG-13 by the looks of it. The dialogue is utterly rubbish from what I've seen. How the Rook intervenes with, there's no like proper arguing, it seems like, and how the character sort of tells them off like children seems to be the thing, and I've seen examples of it, and I'm like, yeah, what the hell is going on this writing? Can people not write? And by the sounds of it, it sounds like you have to be very nice and cushiony for your companions instead of being like, "Oi, stop that," kind of thing, or stop being a douchebag or whatever, or no, I don't agree with your politics, shut up. I'm the leader of this organization, if you don't like it, get out. That kind of thing you could do in previous games, or like really get your companions to dislike you that they leave. So in previous BioWare games, but no, you can't do that anymore, which is pretty stupid for a BioWare game. It's not what I'm looking for, to be honest. And then let's move on to the sort of combat. It seems repetitive and stuff, but again, I like repetitive combat. I like if you got good animations that look really cool, I tend to like, yes, this is it. What do you call it? The particle effects, the lights and the big explosions and all that stuff. I'm not kind of like a I don't like that kind of aspect, unfortunately. It just looks a bit too flashy and looks like it's going to be burning my eye holes out instead of like keeping it grounded and kind of real. You know, like in previous games, it wasn't too, flashy, explosive, that kind of thing. And if there were things, I tend to avoid them and not use those enchantments or anything, or magic things. But yeah, it's not looking too good for Dragon Age, the Veilguard. BioWare may be tittering on like, oh, we might get shut down now from this reaction, as well as just cherry picking reviews. I really don't like it, and I don't think that's fair. And that's why they got such a high Metacritic score, and I mean, like all these scores and stuff is high because of their cherry picking. And I think they really have failed us gamers. I don't think they've done. Hearing that the last 2 hours of fun are pretty good, but it is a slog to get to that, which isn't supposed to be a game like that. That's not how gaming works. It's meant to be fun and have highs and decisions and stuff in a BioWare game throughout of it. But no, apparently there's no BioWare magic anymore. There's nothing like that. There's no talented people here anymore. Apart from, I guess, the world designs. They look pretty cool. The world environmentalist artists are probably going to get most of the praise. The writers are terrible. The people who made the character models, I really don't like them, Disney-esque. I do think people will not enjoy this game when they get their hands of it and realize it's quite crap. I mean, of course, some people will love it because it's got that modern day wokeness in, but I doubt they'll stick around for like 40-50 hours. I think probably by in 2 weeks time there'll be not many people play this game. There'll be other people playing other games that are coming out soon. It's really unfortunate to see. And it's decided to go down this kind of alleyway with the gender agenda. But yeah, it's an immensely disappointment. I just hope that they have the interesting lore bits and stuff within the world, and that it's a little bit more interesting kind of thing, like when it comes to their world. Or if they've got all this stuff and the language is fairly modern and fairly Marvel-esque and stuff like that, I think there won't be much here for us, unfortunately. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents from reading the reviews and hearing the reviews and watching the reviews, that it's not a game for me. It's not a game for probably a lot of people with all that stuff in it, and people don't really want to see or hear that stuff with the transgender issue and kind of thing. They want a high fantasy game that's just fun. But no, apparently we've got to have that stuff in. Anyway, that's all from me. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.